Hey guys, this is Erin from the Headcase Christian, and wow, look at my nails. That's pretty horrific, but that's real life. I'm a homeschool mom, so you guys know that you never know what you're going to get from me. I try to do my best, but this has been a week full of going to the creek and everything else. Well, this book has been sent to me for my honest review, and it is really a cool book, but I wanted to do a short video because it could be confusing. See, it's called Always Enough, Never Too Much. And it's 100 devotions to quit comparing, stop hiding, and start living wild and free. Because, of course, it's by the authors of Wild and Free, Jess Connolly and Haley Morgan. Now, here's why I did a video instead of pictures. I want to show you this. This is a flip book, but not a flip book like you're used to. I mean, if you're a mom or a dad, when you think flip book, you think a book that you open up and it has like really cool pictures that pop up. This is not that, okay? You open this side of the book and you've got praise for always enough, never too much. You've got all these various different authors and people in the Christian world giving their opinions, and you open the book up to always enough. 50 devotions to quit comparing, stop hiding, and start living wild and free. And this is, I love this. First off, this is for you. As a daughter of the King, you are always enough and never too much. I would argue and say that a lot of these verses in here could be for men as well, but this is predominantly for women. Even when you make mistakes, even when you don't have enough energy, even when you're not the most thoughtful, even when you don't have enough friends. I don't know about you guys, but in this social media world, you can have 1,000 followers, you can have 1,000 people that are your quote unquote friends on Facebook and feel like you have no friends. Even when you don't feel like a church gal. How many times has a woman walked into church and felt like the odd woman out? Even when you can't live up to an invisible standard. I'm so glad that they say invisible, because that's what we do. We create standards in our own mind. The world creates standards, and they are not God's standards. Even when you don't feel beautiful, that one just stands on its own. Even when you feel like you don't have enough faith. Even when you just need affirmation. So often we look for affirmation from our moms, our best friends, our spouses. Affirmation, true affirmation that is going to stick, is going to come from God. Even when your good works don't seem that great. Even when you don't have vision. Ouch. That is so scary as a Christian when you are going through life, and it's happened to me. When you walk through life and you're like, I don't feel like I even know what I'm supposed to be doing for God. Or you don't know that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Even when you feel unqualified, even when you need some privacy, even when you can't do everything for everyone, if that's not a mom thing. And they go on. When you're sick, when you were unsuccessful at leading someone to Christ, when you don't do a lot at your church, even when you're quiet, even when you doubt, even when you feel stuck, and even when you miss the mark. And it goes through some really great devotionals that I would say there's two ways to read this. You can either do what I call, a preemptive strike, which is go ahead and read ahead so that you know one day when you're feeling like you're not enough or you missed the mark, that you've already read something on that. So that's a preemptive strike. You already have the word hidden in your heart and ready to be there for you. Otherwise, you can read this in a as needed basis. You go to the front and you say, this is how I'm feeling. And you go to that mark. This is how you want to read it. This is your book, okay? Now here's what makes it a flip book, or see, look at that. Ooh, it's like magic. Never too much. So now you flip it, and now you've got 50 devotions for being never too much, even when you have strong opinions, even when you have goals, even when you are empathetic, even when you have no filter, even when you cry easily, even when you need help, even when you have a lot of ideas, even if you're fired up about justice, even when your thoughts go deep, even when you're not gentle, even when you're ambitious, even when you struggle with depression, even when you're bold about God, even if you're gifted, even if you want deeper friendships, even when you carry heavy burdens, even when you're like a tornado. And they go on again to even when you're busy, even when you've got a large capacity, even when you analyze God's will constantly, even when you're opinionated. It's kind of as if always enough kind of fits everyone, and never too much is maybe for the more strong-willed child. It's almost like that for me. But that was initially my thought. But as I read it, I was like, you know what? I'm not a strong-willed person. And these things actually apply to me too. Like, for instance, even when you struggle with depression. I don't struggle with it. I battle it. But that's my word of choice, because I battle it with Jesus. But even if you're gifted, I don't like to put myself out there. But I actually went to college for singing. So these are things in here. And even if you want deeper friendships, that's something that I struggle with, because I don't like superficial relationships. I like to have friendships that go deep. The kind that even if I don't talk to you for a year, I'm the one you call when you need me. Even when you carry heavy burdens. These things apply to everyone. On first spec, when you say, even when you have strong opinions, even when you have goals, even if you have no filter, it sounds like it's for a strong personality. But if you keep reading, you'll see a lot of these things are going to apply to you. And when you open it up, you're going to see beautiful, clear passages that is going to refer to the Bible. Even when you're ambitious, in His grace, God has given us different gifts for doing certain things well. So I want to encourage you guys to check this book out. I'm going to do a blog post on it. Hopefully this video has helped you understand what a flip book is and how you can be never too much and you can always be enough.